Namaste, my good friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today is going to be an updated full moon energy update for today, June 28th, 2018. It's a very intense and profound time right now. There's a massive collective cleanse that seems to be transpiring that I imagine many of you can feel, not only in your own personal evolution, but also just looking out there onto the world stage. So it's just a very profound, fast-moving, transformative time, which always spells good news in the end. Anyways, I will go ahead now and share with you this update, but before I do, let me just say welcome to anybody who is new to my YouTube channel. I'm always sharing about my awakening process with the aim of helping you have perhaps a smoother and speedier transition than I did, not having as much guidance as I think there should be, which is hence why I'm here. If you're new to my channel, I have made a gift for you. It is a free guided MP3 meditation that is designed specifically for people who are going through this awakening process with the aim to empower you and awaken you to your own healing abilities. It's a guided experience, but it reveals to you that you have the power with your intention to literally heal yourself at will. Again, it's totally free. Check it out down below in the description box. And with all that said, I will now get into the video. Number one, because I sort of use the word big, it's a big collective cleanse, a big cleanse for you. You have an opportunity and will likely be able to liberate yourself from really deep-rooted, highly impactful past experiences that might have had more of an impact on you and your demeanor and your life experiences than you may have previously thought. Sometimes it could be one word one person says to you one time at an early, ripe age while in a certain receptive state of being, unprepared for how to deal and cope, and all of a sudden, you take on this karma, this drama, this energy, and it affects every facet of your life. And most of us don't know that until we go through something like this awakening that helps illuminate that for us. But when you do, what this awakening can do for you, even though sometimes it can create the purging type of experience that is never pleasant to experience in the moment, the outcome, the repercussions of doing something like that are unspeakably liberating. I wish there was a stronger word than liberating, but it's like such a freeing feeling to finally discover something inside of you that, again, has been impacting every area of your life. And it is only in that discovery that you need to finally let it just blow away into the wind. And then you get to go through life from that point forward, free, crisp, cleansed. And your experiences that you create from that point forward can be more representative of your true, authentic self rather than the pain you have gathered in this lifetime. I had this experience not too long ago, 3 or 4 days ago, during an intense ayahuasca experience. It brought me back to a memory. I'm not going to rehash it, but it was an early childhood memory from maybe 3 years old, something that was said to me that I can see was like it was like the root at so many of my complications, my stresses in life, all come back to that one singular moment. It's not the first time that's happened to me. I'm sure that's happened to you as well. But this is the time that's ripe for you to have those sort of epic discoveries right now. Number two, this is a time of remembrance. A lot of times, parallel to or shortly after a big release, a whole new aspect of the truth of who you are will emerge and present itself to you. And sometimes that can be quite surprising because you and I and pretty much everybody on this planet are just so much bigger, so much more than the characters we are playing in this little teeny incarnation. So what I'm saying is you might have some knowings, a knowingness, memories, if you will, that are surprising to you, like connections you have to other life forms, we'll say, might start to present themselves to you, because it's just that time. It's the time of awakening, the time of remembrance, because the world needs people to be more grounded in the truth of who they are, because we're all really like high level, highly loving, highly intelligent, compassionate souls. And when we can really remember that and then start proceeding through life from that authentic perspective, then and only then, when we change our state of mind, can we change the world around us. So it is you, light worker, the one who is remembering first. So just be strong, be patient, be allowing, and trust that whatever comes up to you, it's only for your highest good, even though it might be a bit of a pill to swallow as you realize some things about yourself that you never knew were there, never could even imagine were there. In the end, it will help you proceed through life more whole, more integrated, and be just a highly impactful and a big asset to the world, especially right now. I kind of beat around the bush a little bit, so I'll just tell you, recently I had sort of an experience that helped me remember like what I'm connected to beyond this lifetime, and it was very intense. I've never had such a level of like remembrance that happened to me not too long ago, a few days ago, and it was like I'm still like processing it. It was neither good or bad, just shocking. Like, wow. Damn, and it was so real. And I know whenever I go through stuff like that, it's common that you guys do. That's how I do these updates. I just share about what's happening in my awakening, and I can have sort of a feeling of like, yes, that's something to talk about, and there's the updates for you. So I'd be curious to hear any of your guys' experiences. What are you going through? What are you remembering about yourself? It'd be fascinating to read the comments. Number 3 is contact. Taking this one step further, it's not uncommon nowadays for people to have contact, experiences, waking experiences of non-physical aspects, relationships that they have in truth. And I'll give kind of another example having nothing to do with ETs, if that frightens you or weirds you out. My wife is very different than me. I'm more connected to the stars and like the cosmos, if you will, and she is more really grounded in the earth, and really has a connection with like the elementals, the fairies, the leprechauns. As wild as that sounds, they're real as anything. And she's remembering her ties to that, and they're actually interacting with her. They're coming to her like at night and making their presences known. She can see them sometimes, and it's just sort of a whole new relationship is sort of rekindling between us, the human, the vessel, the character, and our relationship that have always been there. And now the veil is thinning, as they say. It's becoming more possible and more realistic to be able to literally experience some of this stuff. So if that's happening to you, that's a good thing. It just means you're revving at a new frequency, a new vibration. And then just germane to this new vibration is the perception that allows you to see this stuff that you couldn't see before. Another facet of this I didn't remember, I kind of blended number 2 and 3, is that a remembrance of your purpose. An easier distinction between activities, behaviors, thought processes that are either germane to your purpose or are not. There'll be an easier distinction of the path you came to walk in all ways, and maybe even a growing feeling of a growing sense of purpose, a growing remembrance of why you came to walk this path, how it is ideal for you. And when you can develop more of a solidarity with this purpose, with this path, with this ideal life direction, all the things you want reflect from that. All the things your heart wants in life are automatic, are byproducts of you walking your authentic path. I don't mean purpose as to some singular mission you need to find. It's more of just a resonance with a particular life direction and combination of behaviors and just a general direction you're going in. You'll be able to perceive where that is more. And if you can have the courage to walk it, which sometimes it requires a bit of it, then you will find that all the other things you want will come easily, naturally. They'll just be there. And yet, they won't even be as important as that feeling of connection, connectedness with your path. There's no greater feeling. What we want, what we have been aching for, what we've been trying to find in all these different pursuits is connection. And you, my friend, this full moon is going to help you become more aware of where that connection lies in your life. Lastly, number 5, and this is even more so an extension of what I was saying, but a little bit more specific. Underlying all of our purpose, there will be a growing awareness that it has a lot to do with not something we're doing so much, rather the perspective we embody, which allows us to be more heart-centered. Is what I'm trying to say. I think this full moon is going to make you more heart-centered. And that's going to help you see what's more important in your life. You realize that it's natural. Well, as we discover our truth, which is what this awakening sort of allows us to do, it becomes obvious that who we really are is like a sentient being that genuinely cares for all things, everybody. And as we awaken to that, there'll be a growing sense of compassion and patience and understanding. And it is through this heart opening that we start thinking differently, behaving differently, treating one another differently, putting more emphasis on the way we came to contribute despite our fears. And as this happens naturally, we see the world before us change. Okay, that's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to let you know, I know I mentioned on my Instagram account and also I think in my recent YouTube video that I had a very transformative ayahuasca experience this past week, and maybe you could tell, I feel like it affected my video a little bit. And I know a lot of people are really excited to hear about it, and I had mentioned that I'm going to be starting a podcast. In the first episode, I would share about this. Well, I'm finding that starting a podcast is taking a bit longer than I anticipated, and rather than have you wait however long it may indeed take to finally launch that correctly, I want to let you know that on my Instagram account, there's something called IGTV. It's a new way of uploading videos, and I'm going to do that today and share about my experience and like what had happened for those of you who are curious. Okay? I want to let you know I didn't forget about you guys. I've been working hard to launch this podcast. I tried yesterday, but we're moving on Sunday. And there's just so many things going on in my life, and I want to do it right. I don't want to just rush it out of haste. But again, I acknowledge that I've been sort of hyping up this recent experience, which does live up to the hype. It really was a big deal. And again, for those of you who are like really interested in hearing about that, just go to my Instagram account. It's Victor Oddo, and you'll be able to access my IGTV right there from my profile, and you can check it out. All right. Have an amazing day, an amazing weekend. It's a very powerful full moon tonight, and I wish you all nothing but the best. Peace.